Hi everyone, my name is Michael Cranston and this is my individual project for Dr. Revel's class for Management 1125 Business Ethics. For my project, I picked the topic of Chapter 3, Emerging Business Ethics Issues. Starting off in the chapter, it mentions ethical issue awareness such as individual morals, culture of the organization, certain conflicts that arise inside the organization of a business, and failure for organizations to not acknowledge these and for planning ahead for the future so no ethical issues arrive out of nowhere. Certain types of ethical issues include abusive behavior, lying to employees, conflicts of interest, discrimination, and stealing. And there are three main foundational values within ethics inside a business, and those include integrity, honesty, and fairness. Starting with integrity, it's more of a wider scope or a wider view, and it starts with the global value of what essentially it boils down to, the integrity of the employees in an organization, and just seeing the big picture as a whole and not just micromanaged inside the work environment, and that laws and regulations need to be followed properly so that customers getting a product from a certain business can trust and rely on them, and the ability for management and upper level management to stay grounded through integrity and base all their beliefs off of their trust in the organization, and it really complements honesty. The second foundational value is honesty, and honesty derives from trustfulness and trustworthiness within management and your employees and organizations through society as a whole. So one way that they mention in the chapter is business is kind of like a game that they play by their own rules, and when outside customers and society views them, think, oh, well, they're breaking the rules because they can set their own rules and there's no real guidelines for them to follow. It's key that organizations follow their own guidelines and don't step outside their boundaries, and a lot of the times they compare business organizations and honesty to warfare, as in strategically planning how to outsmart their customer, not their customer, but their competition, and that can also coincide with dishonesty. The third foundational value is fairness, basically providing equality through whether it be your employees, management, and the consumers and the stakeholders that you're appealing to through your products or your services that these organizations give to them. Optimization is also key here too. A big part in this chapter was ethical dilemmas, basically that there's no right choice in an ethical dilemma. There's 5, 6, 7 different situations and decisions that can be made through a group or individuals on a problem, and that just picking the right choice doesn't mean it's 100% correct, but it's the one that has the least negative impact. One type of ethical issue in business is misuse of company time. A lot of employees across the nation, the world, they are prone to commit time theft, which on average, according to chapter 3, says about 4.5 hours every week an employee is committing time theft, whether it be doing personal activities on their laptops, on their computers at work, watching sporting events, basically leaving early or coming in late, and it's just costing millions of dollars throughout the year with this wasted time. Conflicts of interest is also another point of ethical issues in this chapter, because a lot of people have a hard time balancing their work-life balance, and their personal interests conflict with their organizational interests. And when somebody needs a job and you think, hey, let me hire them for my company, that hiring friends also is another conflict. Bribery was another ethical issue mentioned in the chapter. Basically, one person is trying to get an illicit advantage over another, whether it be their company or the competition. Active bribery is the one who's committing the bribery, and passive bribery is the one who is receiving the bribery, whether they know it or not. Discrimination is a huge part in ethical issues today because race, religion, sex, those are all highly profiled in every workplace environment, and it's really hard for businesses and organizations to do their best job not to discriminate in any way possible. And in today's world, our society is becoming more and more sensitive, and it's harder for these environments in the workplace to not fall flat and not give in to discrimination. And more action has been taken through discrimination acts to reduce employees that commit this kind of discrimination, and managers and upper level that can do their best job to completely eliminate it, and hopefully it does. Sexual harassment is also a big ethical issue in the workplace. That unwanted behavior, verbal abuse, physical abuse can cause a hostile work environment that not only females but males don't want to work in, and it goes both ways. And it's something that our society has something to work on in the workplace, trying to eliminate this as well as discrimination. Fraud is also another ethical issue that is current in our society today in the workplace, that manipulating facts and financial statements, trying to commit fraud from a company to best your own personal interests, and it causes companies lots and lots of money, billions and billions of dollars that they don't want to have to pay because somebody is trying to get one personal advantage of benefit. Privacy issues is also mentioned in this chapter, and companies are doing their best to protect their employees, monitor their search engine and what websites they visit online, and any unknown information that through viruses or malware that get caught on the computer through emails, and they do their best internal controls through information systems to alleviate any unwanted information that could potentially be costly to their company. Challenges of determining an ethical issue is just asking your employees and individuals and organization policies in place, stakeholder concerns, and cybersecurity is very current in today's society. Here's my references. Thank you.